Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back and we're getting started on the Norman army from Conquest Games. And I am starting out with the 2 Casualties, which, oddly enough, as large as their base are, they don't fit on the regular painting handles. So I gotta use the large Citadel painting handle, but they're kind of ridiculously huge for these. But I've got a dead musician and a dead soldier. And I'm going to go and paint these up in 2 different schemes. This guy is going to have a red tunic with gold under tunic and pants. His hood and his leggings are going to be Xandri dust. We've got steel and brass for his sword. Green for the ground on both of them. What is this color? Mornfang brown for the shield. Got the back of his shield, and then of course steel for the rim of the shield. This other guy is going to have a purple tunic and a gray under tunic and pants. His hood and leg wraps will be the same color as the other guys. The horn will be Mornfang brown. His scabbard will be Mornfang brown. Probably his belt. Steel for his helmet and the edge and boss of his shield. The rest of his shield I'm going to do in matte white and do a design in matte black. It's probably going to be a fairly simple design. I've been looking up Norman shield designs on Pinterest, so I got a lot of reference to go with that. So that's all the colors we're going to use on those guys. Oh, the skin is going to be... the skin I'm going to go ahead and do with Wraithbone and Guilliman Flesh. This is the only contrast paint I'm going to use on these guys. And then, of course, when they're done and they're all shade washed and everything and they're ready to be based, I'm going to put some of the Green Stuff World True Blood on there to bloody them up a little bit since they've been in battle. Now, the main thing I wanted to talk about was this quick shade. I told you I was going to be doing this on this whole army. I was going to be doing the whole army with this quick shade dip. And when I get to the foot soldiers, I'm going to get into the dip and show you how to do that. With these 2 guys, because they're a little bit too big to fit in the can, and I'll just see. I know that doesn't look like much, but this little inner rim is where the inside of the hole is. You can't really dip them in that. You can't really dip them and get a decent shake off of that and get a decent grip on the base to do it right. And when we get into talking about the quick shade dip, you'll see what I'm talking about on that. So on these guys, to shade wash them, I'm going to use the Strong Tone ink, the Army War Paints ink. This is supposed to be a color match for this. Now once we get the Casualties done and get the whole rest of the army done, get the Casualties done in this, we get the whole rest of the army done in this, we'll be able to hold the 2 up to each other and compare and see if that really is a match, strong tone for strong tone, between those 2 products. They're both made by the army painter, so they should be. It's been my experience from working with this that this stuff here is a little bit thicker than this. So there may be some difference in handling between the 2, but we're going to try them out and see what we can come up with and go from there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get some base coats down on these guys, and I will check in with you guys in a bit. All right. See you soon. All right, I'm back, and I've got the base coats done on these 2 Casualties. You can see they're looking pretty good. The Guilliman Flesh came out really nicely on them. I'm hoping that doesn't get drowned in the Strong Tone dip, or in the Strong Tone wash when I go to wash that over the whole figure. Also, I know the background green is a little streaky and weak. That happens. It's kind of one of the Angel Green from Army Painter is one of the few paints that I really don't like of theirs. In that it takes multiple coats to get a really decent color on there. In this case, however, it's only going to be a background for some flocking later on. So I'm going to glue tufts onto the bases, I'm going to glue flock onto the bases, and it's really just going to be a background color. It's not going to be the main color of the base, so it doesn't really need to stand out a little bit. And I'll go over the edges, the base bands, a little bit more later on, once everything's done. So right now I'm just going to let these guys dry. The green is still a little bit wet on them, so I'm going to let them dry, and then we'll come back and hit them with the strong tone wash all over everything, and hopefully that'll give them a little bit of depth and dirt and make them look all suitably medieval. You can see I got the design done on his shield too. It's pretty spiff. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these guys came out. So like I said, I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and hit it with the strong tone wash, and we'll see how they look. Alright, see you soon. Alright, I'm back, and I've got the Casualties shade washed. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see these guys. This is shade washed with, again, the Army Painter Strong Tone ink, as opposed to the dip, because there wasn't enough room to grab hold of these guys and dip them. But they're looking pretty good. I just got done shade washing them, and they look mostly dry now. Excuse me, now, with the exception of the base. I did another layer of the green on the base, but the shade wash looks mostly dry now. The thing is, the shade wash takes up to 48 hours to completely cure. So I need to leave these guys and come back to them in a couple of days. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and leave them here, let them dry, let them fully cure, and then when I come back, I will paint the blood effects on them. And actually, I take that back. I'm going to matte seal them first, and then I'm going to put the tufts on the base, put the blood effects on them, and then flock the bases, and you'll see what they look like when they're finally finished. Alright, so I'll see you guys. Well, by the time you watch this, it'll be like the next segment over, but it's going to be 2 or 3 days for me. So, see you then. Alright, Brush Monkeys, real quick update. I've hit these guys with the matte seal now, and I'm waiting for that to dry. But you can kind of see how the dip, well, the brush-on version of it has created a lot of nice contrast, brought out all those details, made them pop, and weathered them down a little bit, and they look really good. I'm really happy with them. Like I said, the matte seal or the strong tone ink has dried on them. It's been a couple of days, so I went ahead and hit them with the matte seal. The next step is we're going to paint the blood effects on them, and we're going to put down some glue and the flocking on their bases. So I will go ahead and go do that, and then we'll come back and take another look at them. Alright, see you soon. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back. As you can see, I've got the blood effects painted on their sides there. I can back that up and get it to focus a little bit. Come on. There we go. You can see I got the blood effect on his side where it looks like he got stabbed. I got a little bit on his blade, so he got some too. The flocking is all done. The tufts are glued onto the base. Tried not to go too overboard on the tufts. I put 3 on this guy just because one of the tufts pulled up when I went to go take one off the excuse me, get that in there somewhere. When I went to go get one of the tufts off the card, the other one pulled up with it, so I ended up with 2 tufts when I only really needed one. So I went ahead and put that on there, and I painted the end of his horn so it looked like it was a horn, not just a club. But yeah, he's got his blood effects, blood running down his hand and all that. And the flocking's done, and these guys are finished. So I am going to go ahead and call it a day on this video. We're done for now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Next week, we will start in on the Warlord and his retinue. So we're going to get into a little bit of batch painting. I'm going to be painting chainmail. So yeah, should be fun. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to find out when new videos get posted, click subscribe. Comment below on what you want to see on future videos. Visit our Patreon site for lots of ways that you can support me in doing what I do. You can also visit our Instagram and Facebook pages to see all the miniatures that I paint on this channel, and see how you can get your hands on one of your own. So thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.